Hi there. Are you looking for a calm space to find in this turbulent world? Are you looking for more love, more peace, and more abundance in your life? Do you want to wake up each day with greater purpose and feel more fulfilled? If you are, then CSLNJ is the place for you. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, North Jersey. Over the past 2 decades, our open and affirming community has created a safe space for all to come and be uplifted. I hope you enjoy watching. And if you like what you see, please visit us at cslnj.org.
Hello, everybody. How are you on this wintry day? Good
Is that you,
morning.
Nanook?
That's me, host of the day.
Please tell me you're not bundled up because you need to.
No, no, it's okay. But when I look outside, I just get cold. I get cold looking outside. How's everybody today?
I call
Good
it
morning.
psychological cold.
There you go.
I'm
I
bundled.
think I saw Antonia. She's down in Mexico. It's not snowing in Mexico, I'm guessing.
No, it's not. It's colder here, but it's not snowing.
All right. All right. Well, welcome everybody to the Center for Spiritual Living, North Jersey. Hope you're all safe, cozy, and have all your supplies that you need for the next 2 days. Join with me in reciting who we are. We are an open and affirming science of mind community where the vibration of love lifts you, the wisdom of the ages inspires you, and the science of mind teaching empowers you. We believe that heaven and hell are states of consciousness that you experience in this lifetime. You are the architect of your life, and it is never too late to know true happiness.
We are opening and we are open. Open to receive the truth, the knowledge, the understanding.
Well, hold on, my glasses down.
Yes. Glasses, everything we need to see, to hear, to accept, to absorb this truth of consciousness, this truth of oneness in full grasp, full acceptance, full acknowledgement, full consciousness. We know what it is. We know what it does. We know how it works. And we know how to use it. And we come together to celebrate that on this day of snow, this day of rest, this day of joy, this day of celebration. And so on this day, I bless everything that transpires today. I bless the joy of this celebration that comes together. I bless the work that we do here in our celebration through the words that are spoken, the songs that are sung, the prayers that are said, the readings that are done, and through the work of our annual meeting, reflecting on the work that we have done in the past year and the work that is to come. And in joyful gratitude for all of the good that comes about from all of this work, I simply bless this entire organization and everyone in it. And I surrender this word into life, into law. And so it is.
Thank you, Brian. That was beautiful. And thank you, Neil, for guiding the meditation, Brian for being our practitioner on duty, and Lynette for the wonderful music you do for us. And now we will do our yearly affirmation, the Audacity to Awaken affirmation. Neil has put it in the chat, so please read along with me or recite with me as we say, I awaken today with the courage to see myself clearly and love myself wholly, as I am and as I am not. I open my heart to curiosity, trusting that every question leads me deeper into truth. I embrace conscious evolution, knowing that life is always expanding through me. I release what no longer serves, and I boldly claim my divine power. I am awake, I am courageous, and I am fully alive to the brilliance of my becoming.
Yes, thank you, Edna. And if you do have your Science of Mind textbook with you, as you might imagine, our reading today comes from the 4th chapter, How to Use It, as we are celebrating the first 4 chapters as we do every January. And so this is the 4th week of January. So we are studying the 4th chapter, How to Use It. And this comes from the last 2 paragraphs of the chapter. If you want to follow along on page 60. The mental attitude of the practitioner is one of denial toward every false condition that opposes the principle of life as one of absolute perfection. God's world is perfect, and this is the principle we have to demonstrate. Spiritual things must be spiritually discerned, and when we are ready and willing spiritually to discern, we shall find a ready response from the invisible into the visible. Let us do our work consistently, can't say that word, and thoroughly, and leave the results to that law which is perfect. A new light is coming into the world. We are on the borderland of a new experience. The veil between spirit and matter is very thin. The invisible passes into visibility through our faith in it. A new science, a new religion, and a new philosophy are rapidly being developed. This is in line with the evolution of the Great Presence, and nothing can hinder its progress. It is useless, as well as foolish, to make any attempts to cover this principle, or to hold it as a vested right of any religion, sect, or order. The truth will out. The Spirit will make itself known. Happy are we if we see these things which, from the foundation of the human race, have been longed for by all aspiring souls. True thought deals directly with first cause, and this science is the study of first cause, spirit, or the truth, that invisible essence, that ultimate stuff and intelligence from which everything comes, the power back of creation, the thing itself.
Very short. Welcome, everybody. It is great to see everybody here today. It is one of those wonderful days. We've had 23 of these days now, where we've joined together to celebrate another year for the Center for Spiritual Living North Jersey. So in quoting the founder, who I bump into occasionally, I will say that today actually is the most glorious day of my life. To be able to be here with you, celebrating a 23rd, gathering of this community coming together to say what's next, what's possible. And we have brought so much to each other, to this community and building it, but it reaches way beyond that, and we all know that. And we know that our words have power. And we know that as we are here, and that we are doing the work that we do, that it does have an existence beyond ourselves, beyond the community, beyond the walls of any sanctuary. And what I want to know today is that that same thing is true for the prayers and the practices that we do to spread peace, because it is just desperately needed in so many places. But we know that things need to get stirred up, but with our attention and with our intention, our awareness, and the expanded consciousness that we come away from these gatherings with, that we are building that peace. So if you would please repeat after me. I am the peace I wish to see. I know this peace from my family. My family knows this peace from my community. My community knows this peace for my country. And my community knows this peace for the world. And I do want to thank everybody who helped bring this all together. Edna, as host, and Brian as practitioner of the day. Lynette, Joe for the technology, everybody who's got something to do here. The way we work together as a community and turn things around, I'm not so sure I want to keep doing this every week because of snow, having to jump into Plan B. But we're very good at shifting with what is and dealing with what is, and this is a blessed gathering. And I want to thank everybody, every single person who worked so hard, Celine including, shifting on the music to make this possible. So.
And now we
beautiful.
will hand it over to Reverend Neil to show us how to use it. Thank you, Neil.
You're welcome. Thank you, Edna. And today is actually the absolute perfect day. It falls this way quite a bit for this talk, how to use it on the annual meeting day where we come together, because that's why we're here. It's why we all gather. It's why we created this, is to figure out the practicality of it and how to use it. Before I do, I see there's birthday wishes going on. This is sort of birthday week for so many people. I know there's a lot of people having birthdays this week in our community. Edna and Cindy and Ty, myself, and I think there's others that are right around here. So all I can say is, whatever party was going on in May, back when, whatever, your parents, you can thank them for having an extra drink and creating you. I think that's a good thing that happened there. So without that, we wouldn't have you sitting here today, these beautiful smiling faces. So as I go through this, if anybody has a question, raise your hand. Use the little electronic hand down at the bottom. It's under React, so that, I'll see who pops up with anything that they would like to ask. But, how to use it. There's a, and I, for those of you that were with the, this thing called You yesterday, are probably going to say, here he goes with another navigation story, analogy, whatever. But what there's one line that really sums this up from Ernest Holmes, which is really beautiful. And that is that it takes as much energy for your car to drive in forward or reverse. So if you're going to use the same amount of energy, it's just up to you to decide, you want to go backwards or do you want to make some progress and go forward? Because you're using the same resources, you're using the same power, that we've been gifted from the one mind. So why not move forward? Why not use that energy in the direction you want to go? And that's what How to Use It is all about. It's all about the excitement of putting this, of you, each of us, putting this into practice. Some of you may or may not know who Terry Cole Whitaker is, but there's a quote from her: "The only one who denies yourself anything is you. Nothing is impossible to you." Let me repeat that. Nothing is impossible to you. It's that cut and dry, and it's that simple. It's been that way from the beginning. And as so much of what we study in the textbook are quotes from Jesus, even Jesus says, "These things that I do, you can do or greater." There's nothing that's impossible. Yeah, we did have the conversation yesterday, and I got to tell you, this thing called you, that has been, talk about a great study and conversation and getting this all out and dealing with things. It's really, really been fantastic. There's one more left. You're welcome to join us. It's going to be on the last 4 chapters of that book. But, what we went into is the fact that, yeah, well, why can't I do some of these things? Why can't I say, pick up your bed and walk? Why can't I do that? And in some instances we can. And in other instances we can't. Why is it that certain people have peeled back the veil as much as they have, and they're able to use this power that we've all been given? Not one person on the face of the earth hasn't been given the opportunity to use this without restriction, without direction, without saying, "No, you can't use it for that. I'm sorry." We've been gifted this by the divine and said, "Yeah, here you go." There's nothing else that you can ask for. There's nothing being held in reserve. It's all in you right now. You got to figure out what it is you're using. You go to use it, you got to really figure out what you're using, and that's why we get together here. And this intelligence is it's always there. It just never, ever stops. Doesn't matter what day, what time, whenever. So this is all about knowing the truth, which is what I just stated, is basic truth. It's not masked, it's not pretending to be anything else except that you're in a position of power. This gift is available, it always has been, is the truth. But now to live it. There's a difference between knowing it and living it. And I think that is such a vitally important point. And that's what we really need to do. Probably a lot of us sit there and go, "Yeah, well, I know the truth. It just doesn't seem to be working. It's just not demonstrating or manifesting the exact way that I'd like it to, or maybe not at all." And Holmes makes it really clear when he says that, truth is not activated by awareness alone. And actually a quote from him: "We may intellectually know a great deal about truth, but unless we embody it," key word, unless we embody it, it does not function for us. This is not an intellectual exercise. This is an embodiment. This is a knowing. This is knowing is faith. This is a deep faith understanding. But what it requires then too is this knowing, but we have to put it into practice. We just don't sit back. We have the the expression treat and move your feet, or as I say now, pray with your feet. You want something to happen? Pray with your feet. Move those feet. Pray with them. Get them in motion. Make this happen. This, and we talked about it yesterday too, is praxis. Praxis. Putting these principles into practice. But the important part about it is, I guess the question is, have you embodied these principles? Have you embodied this to the point where it becomes who you are, not what you remember when you're having a difficult time? It doesn't become something where you go, oh, that's right, I'm really in a jam now. I should remember to do this. Life should be an ongoing treatment. Your life should be a prayer. Your life, you should be so into the embodying these principles and what we know that, well, I don't know what to compare it to. It's kind of like driving a car. You get into a car, you kind of know what to do. You don't stop and say, gee, should I turn the wheel here to get around the corner, or should I not? You just know to do certain things. The problem is that when we deal in the physical world, we tend to believe, okay, that's great, my body's used to it. What do they call them? Neural pathways, whatever. Create, and I just do it, and my body, the cellular memory and all that happens. That's true spiritually too. That's true emotionally true. That when we get in these situations, this is who we are. We don't have to stop and say, hey, wait, I'm a religious scientist. Now, that would be a perfect world if we all lived exactly like that. And I know that sometimes we do have to kind of remind ourselves, or it's why we have prayer partners. It's why we call practitioners. Okay, it's why we have and we meet and we gather, is to remind each other of this, because life has got a little bit of a way of being distracting. You know, not annoying. Everything that happens for us, not to us. And that's another part of principle. If you live by that fact and embody the fact that everything happens for us, life looks a lot different. It really does. So this whole idea of embodying it allows us to move forward with it. And that's the nature of the law, right? We talk all the time about love points the way and law makes it possible. The law is impersonal. The law, as we always say all the time, it's not a respecter of persons. It's exact, it's responsive. It does not choose outcomes for you. You don't hand something over. Just like our treatments are not beseeching prayers, right? We're not handing something over to the law and saying, you know, create something for me. Excuse me. It just reflects back to us what's ever in our consciousness. That's why we say you can't out-demonstrate your consciousness. Because life is just going to mirror back to you whatever you're putting out there. So if your life is really negative, you got to say, what am I putting out there that's coming back negative? Sometimes it's not obvious, and that's why we have people that we can talk to and work with, and coaches and practitioners to help us get clear on that. But the law is not a respecter of persons, it's a respecter of beliefs. That whatever it is you believe, whatever it is you're putting out there, you're going to get it right back. And it doesn't care who you are. It doesn't care what it is. It doesn't differentiate between, you know, isn't that such a good idea? Maybe I shouldn't reflect this back. It just gives you back what you're asking it to give you. And that's another big point too, is that the fact that what it gives you, it doesn't matter whether it's big or small. It doesn't matter whether you know, or there's no quality or quantity put on these things. It doesn't know the difference between $100,000 and $10. Doesn't know the difference between, asking for a wonderful job or being retired or whatever it is. So this is the understanding we have of this teaching. But understanding's not enough. Understanding is, again, that mental idea, that mental sort of agreement versus what we have in terms of spiritual acceptance. We can't force the law. We can't effort and make the law work more or less or better, because it is what it is. That's just like saying, I'm going to make gravity work a little bit better today. It's not going to happen. You can't, like we were talking about yesterday, you can't plant a tomato seed and force the law to say, okay, I'm going to get a pineapple out of that. It just won't happen. The law responds to your conviction, not your willpower. You can't will it. You can't strong arm it. You have to work with it. You have to go with it. As Holmes says, it's not enough that we state a thing. Holmes says we must believe it. I say we have to know it, because I will constantly say there's a difference between knowing and believing. And knowing is faith. And we gather here in these groups to strengthen our faith in these principles and what we know, so that we can use it without even thinking about it. Because that's what this is all about. And only that. So, how do we use the law? Well, you're using the law right now. I absolutely refrained from reading the paragraph at the bottom of page 52 in the book, which I know you're all familiar with. It's working whether you think it's working or not working. It's working, if you say it's not working, it's working by not working. That whole paragraph. And that really, really is true. So that you use it whether you want to use it or not. It's the law. It's just the way it goes. You can't change it. You can't help but use it. But one of the ways we use it very effectively is through treatment. And the beautiful part about treatment is, Holmes tells us we're all practitioners. We have practitioners in this teaching, and it's wonderful to say that, I'm a practitioner, and I see practitioners sitting here, and that's fantastic. And these are powerful people, because they have a clear vision of what I'm talking about to help guide others through. But Holmes is right. We're all practitioners. We all are using these principles to put into what it is. Spiritual mind treatment, right? We start with a recognition. There is one mind, one God. There's the unification. We are all one with. I am one of this, the unique expression of this. That we state what it is that we want our consciousness to be, and we accept what it is. We release it. We express our gratitude for it. These are all things that we do. Holmes says treatment is the art, the science, and the practice of spiritual knowing. I see a lot of faces that have been in this community for a long time. I don't think that there's many people here that this is news to. I don't think that there's people sitting in this group listening right now that go, oh, I should have had a V8. This is not waking anybody up to anything new. Is it a reminder? Yeah. Okay. What I'm trying to do is to get that, I need to take action to be sure that this is how I'm living every moment of my life. That I know these principles so well, that I embody them so strongly that whatever it is I choose to do in the next moment is run based on that commitment, that knowing to those principles. And I have such a deep faith in their ability to produce that it will. You know, again, when we go through, this is, these treatments we do, we're not trying to convince God of anything. We're not trying to make something happen. We're aligning with the spiritual laws, if you will, that are already in place. All we're doing is aligning our consciousness with it so that whatever our consciousness is will be mirrored back to us. And as we align more and more with the principles in our consciousness, whatever it is we put out there, we don't doubt that it's going to come back. So we're not hesitant. I'm not worthy. I don't know. Is that really going to be possible for me? We eliminate doubt. The faith is so deep, we eliminate fear. You know when this works? When you give up. Just give up. It's not worth the effort. You don't know more than the one mind. You can't, because you are the one mind. You know as much as the one mind. You can't help it. Faith is relaxed acceptance. It's not a strain. It's not an effort. When resistance dissolves, when you give up and you just allow what you truly are as this true expression of the one mind, of this divine existence, nothing can go wrong in your life. And I don't, you know what, I may have it here actually. Let me, and I love this. Paragraph, chapter 12, right on the first page of chapter 12 of this thing called You. If you are living in an intelligence which instantly knows the answer to any problem, and you are, then you're living in an intelligence which has no problem. You are therefore bringing your problem to a principle which has no problem. So what's the problem? There is no problem. Get over it. There's people out there that love having problems. You ever have one of those? My mother lived in Houston. For years, I was raising my kids. I'd call her up. She'd say, and I didn't know anything about this teaching at the time. She'd say to me, "You never tell me anything's wrong." Oh, well, let me think, Mom. I started making stuff up. That's like the only way the woman's going to be happy is if I have a problem. So I'd go, I don't know, maybe, how about this? One of the kids is sick. Is that good? Does that work for you? Give it up, folks. Let go. Allow the perfection of who you are to speak through you. That's how you use it. You stop resisting against it. You drop the doubt. You don't sit there and go, yeah, I don't think this will work for me. When you get to that point, you're using it all the time. Another quote from Holmes, we let the law do the work after we have done our work. And our work is simply to put our consciousness out there in a place to produce what it is that we want to have mirrored back to us. That's the love. The love and the law, the power and the presence. Love is the power, the law is the presence, and that's what really does it for us. This isn't about doing better. This is about being receptive to who you truly are. And then using it by not efforting, but allowing it to be. So, and you know what I have on the website, thank you, Sandy, for making this available on our website. There is a little worksheet here of some questions for you to look over and ponder. But one of the biggest questions on there is one that I think goes very well with this, and that is, where am I trying to make something happen instead of allowing it? And if you sit and you get still and you think about those areas in your life where you'd like something to happen, and you feel that tension in your body, like maybe I got to work harder, I got to do more of this, right? So wherever you're trying to make something happen, identify it, stop it, allow it. Don't effort through it. Just allow it. Allow your consciousness to put it out there, and it will happen if you know that. Thank you, Sandy. I was going to put that up in a minute. I appreciate it. The law is already working. Our invitation is to simply cooperate consciously with it. That's how we use it. It's all there. It's all powerful. It's everything we need. We don't need more effort. We need a deeper trust and a deeper faith. And that allows it all to happen. I didn't know I had more. That worksheet, very simply, is going to ask you, why is understanding the law not enough? Why must it be consciously used? What role does your consciousness play in determining whether the law works for you or against you? Kind of answered that one already, but it's good to contemplate. How does spiritual mind treatment differ from positive thinking or wishful affirmation? I think that's one of the big challenges we face in this teaching, is people look and they see memes on Facebook and they go, oh, I know you guys, you're all about positive thinking. You're all about the law of attraction. Well, we covered this not too long ago, and the law of attraction is so totally misunderstood. Everybody thinks that you're trying to attract something that's outside of you. And as we just discussed today, the law of attraction is simply you, through what we just talked about, through your consciousness, putting out what it is you want and having the law mirror it back to you. You're attracting what's already inside of you. All right, so with that, let us take this into treatment. God, I feel great talking about this stuff. This stuff works. This is a great life. This is the most glorious day of my life. I get to do this. I get to look at this. I get to feel this. I get to express this. I get to have my consciousness come back to me, reflected back to me, and I get to choose what that is. And that is true for every single person here. It's true for every single person in our community. It's true for everybody on the plane of this incarnation, right here, right now. It's incredible to even think about, but it is so damn exciting. I can have what I want. I can have anything. I can create anything. In me, anything is possible. We've been told it for thousands and thousands of years, for millennium. I'm ready to believe it. I'm ready to know it. I'm ready to step so deep into the faith of that knowing that everything I do will be backed by that. Everything I do, everything that I create in my life will be as a result of that deep faith. It is so freeing. It is so empowering. It is so just a joyful place to be. No hesitation, no fear, nothing. I can breathe. This is exciting. This is why we gather. This is why we have community, to share this sort of information and this love and this kindness and this knowing and this belief. This is what Science of Mind is all about. This is the gift that Ernest Holmes brought to us. I am so grateful. I am so grateful for so many things. I can't even list them right now, but I'll just say I am so grateful for life. And in that gratitude, I surrender these words. I allow these words into and with that power and presence, that love and the law that makes anything I want possible. Please join me in saying, and so it is.
Thank you, Reverend Neil. So energized, so awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Woo. Woo. And now let's go right into our abundance blessing. Let's see. Where am I? Where am I? So we ask that in giving, that you give to where you are spiritually fed. So thank you for the food, Neil. Thank you for your words of abundance. And let's all pray together. I bless this gift that I give today. I give this gift from my heart, and I give it mindfully. May my gift go further to heal, prosper, and bless this center and all who enter. I accept all good that comes as a result of this flow, knowing that it returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so it is. Your options to give are in the text through Breeze. You can go to the cslnj.org website and give. Or if you want to mail a check, you can mail that to 30 Longview Trail West in Denville, 07834. Or you can contact Reverend Neil. His number will be in the chat, and he will help you do whatever it is that you need to do in order to give. Announcements for today. We are having our members meeting at 11:45. So I guess we're going to take a little bit of a break, a 15-minute break. Everybody can indulge in bagels and egg muffins that you don't have from our hospitality group, because we would have been there.
You're not delivering those, Edna, to everybody's house?
Oh, sorry, Neil. We're not allowed out on the roads except for emergency purposes. Next week, sorry about that, but we'll be on Zoom only again. But Reverend Eugene Holden will be joining us to talk about fierce love, the courage to lead with an open heart in the image of love. Thank you, Reverend Holden. There is one discussion left to join this thing called You, as Neil spoke about. It's a book discussion group, and it's gone extremely well. everyone's really excited who's joined there. And so talk to Reverend Neil or email him at cslnorthjersey@gmail.com, and he'll send you the link on that. If you want to prepare for Reverend Holden's talk next week, you can read the book, The Big Leap. It's the art of mastery, about eliminating parts of us that have up until now kept us in the zone of mediocrity. So let's bust out this year. Let's really bust out.
Center for Spiritual Living North Jersey, we believe in empowering individuals to discover their inner strength and their connection to divine life. Through our supportive community, transformative workshops, and uplifting services, we provide a safe space for personal growth and spiritual exploration. Whether you're seeking clarity, healing, or a deeper understanding of life's mysteries, our center offers practical tools and timeless wisdom to help you thrive. Join us in creating a more diverse, compassionate, and kind world. Your world, the way you want to create it.